Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today I'd like to compare a couple of my favorite high-end watch brands. One is H. Moser et Compagnie. Their CEO is Edouard Mélin, who's a great guy. I've met him. And I really like the Moser watches. They're creative and they're wonderful. The other is by Moritz Grossmann. Christine Hutter is the head of it. Christine, I guess in English you'd say Hutter, but it's Hutter, something like that is, I guess, in German. So we'll see. The first two watches, one on the left. Now, this is one of the things I found out. A lot of these are not available right now, and even though they're in their catalog. What happened over the pandemic, a lot of stuff didn't get made. They sold out. So bear with me on that one. And this first one, the Streamliner Center Seconds, I just love this watch. It's just clean as a whistle, and just like the looks of it. I like the bracelet on it too, that streamlined bracelet. The Power Reserve, there was some interesting naming that Moritz Grossmann has. This was called the Power Reserve. Beautiful watch, classic lines to it. The Power Reserve is sort of between the center and 12 o'clock. And stainless steel, hand wound, 3 hertz, 21,600 VPH. Or semi-oscillations per hour. That's one of the things you're going to see of these watches, and most of the really high horology watches. They're all around 3 hertz or less, and some little magic in that. Now these two watches are travel watches, different kinds of travel watches. The Heritage Dual Time by H. Moser. I just love the looks of this watch. It's sort of a classic pilot's watch, and the way that they have the extra time, or the GMT time, is this little outline. It's sort of a skeletonized hand that goes around. Easy to spot though. I like the color. It's an interesting looking watch. I like it. Even the lugs, or those sort of straight out lugs, are from the old days when they used to weld on lugs onto pocket watches. Great looking watch, 42 millimeters, 19,900. Now the Universal Zeit by Moritz Grossmann has been entered in the Grand Prix in the mechanical exception category. I hope they win. This watch they've created, I think, is really a wonderful watch. They've got 6 different little windows with times in all of those different time zones, and I've never seen a watch that did it that way. There could have been, I just haven't seen it before. Love this watch. They have North America, South America, Africa. They got every place but Europe with their little window available to see what it is. 46,000 Swiss francs, pretty hefty price. But I think this is the kind of watch that I think is well worth it. Now, for Tourbillon, the Pioneer Cylindrical Tourbillon Skeleton by H. Moser is another watch that they have in the Grand Prix. And I am not a fan of tourbillons, but I like both of these a lot. There's the one, it's the lines on the H. Moser are just, I don't know, they almost look like an octopus, or like there's something about that, or it's almost like a Art Nouveau kind of curvy line. Just a gorgeous watch. Caliber HMC 811, 3 hertz, 1 minute tourbillon automatic. These are pricey, 79,000 Swiss francs. But gee, it's a gorgeous watch. Now, the Benu Tourbillon, there's the naming again for Moritz Grossmann. They have Benu, Tufu, or something like that. Interesting names. I'm not sure where they're from, but they have even more interesting watches. And this one, their Tourbillon, is caliber 103.2, 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour. Now, this has got a 3-minute tourbillon, manual wind, 18 karat gold, 44.5 is the width of it. They tend to be a little bigger because they got more stuff going on. This thing is 164,800 euro. I think the euro and the Swiss franc and the dollar are almost, they're getting pretty close to equity right now. Both of those watches I think would be fun ones to have. And beautifully done, just gorgeous. Now, here, one of my very, very favorite calendar watches, a perpetual calendar, is the Endeavor Perpetual Calendar. And what they've done with it, I just see the ingenuity and the simplicity of it. That little stub of a hand that's right sort of in the middle. You have the hour and the minute, and then in the middle you got this little stub. What that little stub does, it points to the date. There are 12 months in the year, or that points to the month. And so starting with straight up would be December. The second is February, and so forth. It goes around, and then the date itself is in the window over at 3 o'clock. Power reserve indicator at 9 o'clock, and then a small seconds down at 6. One of the things about this watch, and you can't really see it, it's a very easy watch to reset. Now, with a perpetual calendar, you're at a certain time, and it takes into account leap year and all kinds of other things like that. And so it's important to be able to reset it. And if you put it up, or if you're like me and you wear a different watch every day, your other watches are going to unwind. Okay, they're going to work out. Again, this is a very subtle watch. This is not for, I don't know. You need the thing about H. Moser. It gives you something it pushes your imagination in the right direction, I think. Now, the Autumn Date All Blue, Autumn is another one of those categories that Moritz Grossmann has. Again, this is another one that's 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour, 2.5 hertz, also hand wound. Now, I'm a big fan of hand dates, but I also like what this watch has done. The Date All Blue has done, the Autumn Date All Blue. They have this little bracket thing that slides around the outer ring where you have 1 to 31, and you can see it down there about just after 4 o'clock. You can see this little blue bracket, and so it's telling you it's the 11th of the month. It doesn't have the everything else that goes along, or the date or anything like that, but it's a very nice watch. This one is white gold, 42 millimeter, 49,700. Again, very expensive. Now, by comparison, the H. Moser for world-class perpetual date is 54,000. Both of them are just a really a couple little gems there. And now, this next watch, or this next pair of watches, these watches are sort of unique in a way to the brand. Now, I realize there are other watches with flying hours or wandering hours, but they're not too many of them. This one I really like a lot. It's called the Endeavor Flying Hours. The movement is HMC 806, 21,600 semi-oscillations per hour, 72-hour wind on it, which lasts quite a while. It's got jumping hours and jumping minutes, so it goes like that when it changes time. This is just the way this works is brilliant. 35,000 Swiss francs. It's not cheap. None of these watches are cheap. And but I would say, you really want a top-notch watch. This is the kind of thing that you're paying for. Now, I've got to tell you about the Tefnut Twist. I was at a watch show, a Watchtime watch show. This is about 4 or 5 years ago in New York, and there was this woman at this at one of the booths, and I didn't know it at the time. And she was turning the bottom of the watch. There was a sort of little bar lugs down at the bottom, and she was like that. I said, I asked her, what is that? She says, oh, this is how you wind a watch. And I thought, wow, what a cool thing. There's a crown down around 4 o'clock where you set it with, but you wind it with the one at the bottom. Now, this particular watch, the Tefnut Twist, is a woman's watch. And caliber 102.2, 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour hand watch. 38,400 euros. Both of these companies, not only do they have they have sort of a combination of heritage, traditional style watches plus innovation. Both of them have it. They have it in different ways. I think the watches by Moritz Grossmann are a little more traditional, whereas in H. Moser, they're more of a mix. They're around the same price range. I do think that Moritz Grossmann, they're a little more expensive. Sometimes it's because of they'll use gold or platinum or white gold instead of steel. But anyway, I would really like to hear your opinions, what you think if you own either an H. Moser or a Moritz Grossmann or both. I'd like to have both myself. So let me know what you think, and there's an opportunity to subscribe if you like. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collection.